Good morning. All right. Test. Awesome sauce. All right, folks. Well, some fun, unique music to start off a Friday morning. Happy Friday. Welcome to JP, Kathy, and the crew. Howdy, folks. Glad to have you with us as we approach Memorial Day weekend. So we've got with us today in studio Michael Clark. How are you this morning, sir?
I'm doing fine. And Kathy, that was the theme song to Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't know if you know that's opening up this weekend.
I knew that was opening up, and I was trying to think because it's been a while since I've heard it. I have some friends who saw it last night, loved it. Excellent choice of music, my friend. Thank you so much. So, yeah.
Reviews, though.
Oh, you did? Because a couple of friends of mine, now they're diehard. I mean, they're just, well, one of them's a girlfriend who's in love with Johnny Depp. Another one's a friend of mine who he and his family always go traditionally. So maybe it may be more of the hot factor for one of my friends and the family tradition factor. But they gave it good reviews. But really, so it's getting panned?
Hey, well, at least from a couple of movie reviewers. You know how they are. Reviewers. But they're saying it's more like Walking Dead with all the zombies and body parts and stuff. It's not really appropriate for kids at all. It's still made the PG-13 cut, but they're like, this thing is really...
It's rough. Okay, well, because I know, to me, and I'm a big Walking Dead fan, but I also think that Walking Dead, I would not recommend kids to watch it at all, kind of a thing.
It's supposed to be a Disney Pirates thing. They're saying that they're kind of far away from that, and the acting is just terrible. They're like, Johnny Depp was I guess if you're a big Johnny Depp fan, anything he does is awesome, but they said Johnny Depp was terrible in Alice in Wonderland, and if you like that performance, then you can go see this and you'll love him too.
Oh, wow. Okay. I've got to see some of these reviews that you have read. Well, and it's interesting because wasn't there and we didn't get a chance to report on this because we had so much the day that this news broke, but remember the hacking story with some folks who hacked. Do you know a little more about that, Michael?
About who hacked the Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yeah, and what was the scoop? Because it was like, were they holding the movie ransom, or what was the scoop on that?
I think that was the gist of the story, but I don't remember. I don't have it in front of me, and I don't remember the details. I don't think it was anything big, because they didn't pay the ransom. They didn't care.
They were asking that it be paid in Bitcoin and all this kind of stuff. I mean, it was a very interesting story, and I thought, Disney's going to do what Disney's going to do, and I don't think they're going to let anybody hold them ransom, so to speak.
All Pirates was held pirate captive, and oh yeah.
I know where you were going with that, pun intended. I like where's the ba-da-ba. I love it. Well, folks, make sure you stay with us this morning. We're really glad you're with us. Excuse me. My allergies are killing me. I was in Austin yesterday, just got in, actually not too many hours ago, just got back home. And when I'm in Austin, I love being there, love going to the Capitol, love hanging out and seeing, our government in action. But boy, howdy, it kills my allergies. I must have used my nasal spray and my asthma inhaler like 3 times each yesterday. It was just love it there, but the hill country just gets to me every time. So excuse me if my voice is a little off, or if I'm sniffing, or if I cough or sneeze. I apologize in advance. But we know that you guys are getting ready for a 3-day weekend. We've got Memorial Day coming up, and we want to make sure that we pay tribute to those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice for our country. And again, on this show, JP, Kathy, and the crew, we are huge. I know I sound like Donald Trump. Huge, but we are just massive supporters, huge supporters of our military, of our men and women who are serving, who have served, and absolutely certainly who have paid the ultimate price, which is their life for our country and for the good of our nation. So just want to give a shout out to veterans everywhere, to people who have lost loved ones to the military, and just hope that everybody has a very safe Memorial Day weekend. And we're going to be getting into a few crazy stories because it is Friday, and we like to think of ourselves on Friday as AM shock jocks. So I've got a couple of news stories that we'll be reading and then or reporting on. And then we've got Silverback Gorilla and Sauce in studio with us this morning. I was texting with Greg Kelly, who's one of the owners and creators, yesterday on my ride home from Austin. And I said, so what shenanigans do you guys have planned? And he's like, oh, I can't even tell you. And I thought, wow. And Michael, you know these guys because you helped produce their commercial. That's kind of scary when they're like, oh, I can't tell you.
Yeah.
So everybody be scared. Be very scared. Be afraid. Be very afraid. All right, folks. Well, we're getting ready to go to a break, but thank you so much for tuning in this morning on this Friday morning. We're JP, Kathy, and the crew on 620 AM KEXB.
Your experts in business throughout North Texas. 620 AM KEXB.
Good morning, friends. We take our first look at traffic for the morning here on 620 AM KEXB. We start with that horrible RV fire in Arlington, that police chase at 30 westbound.
See, this is yesterday's.
Oh.
Yesterday's traffic. I wanted to break that.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Sorry about that. Just for the next break, just give me like a 30-second heads up and I'll know that to wind it down. Or a minute heads up. Perfect. Thank you so much. James Ricks, how are you? Yeah, Trevor, yeah, whenever I go to Austin, it kills my allergies. And since it's getting to be the end of session, I may end up having to go going to Austin part of the weekend too. So I'm just like, man, load up on the Claritin kind of a thing. So anyways, it's good to see everybody this morning on Facebook. Thank you guys for tuning in. Yeah, Silverback Grill and Sauce will be in studio soon. And James Ricks, I'm so sorry about your puppy. What a sweet, sweet face your dog had. That was just the sweetest picture and the sweetest tribute to your dog. And being an animal lover myself, they're part of the family. So I'm so sorry for your loss. Oh, and hey, Mike, how are you? How was golfing? I think you went golfing yesterday, day before. Anyways, hope you had a great time. Oh no, Rob Clayball, what does Greg Kelly have planned today? When I was headed home from Austin last night, I was like, hey, what shenanigans do you guys have going on? And Greg's response to me was, I can't tell you. I'm like, okay, so you're coming into my radio studio on a show that I co-host, and you're not going to tell me what kind of shenanigans you guys are going to be up to? Anyways, he's a mess. So anyways, I thought that was hilarious. Oh, that's right, Devona. The Plano Memorial Park. Actually, Emily was asked to do some photography out there, but since she's been sick with mono, we had to pass on that. But yeah, if I don't go to Austin, I might be able to make that, Devona. So if I go, I'll text you and let you know. And Trevor, I'm so glad you're up and happy this morning. I saw you with your red nose on Facebook yesterday. That's so great. Oh, Rob Clayball, I haven't even had my first sip of coffee. You can't tell me that. Oh, y'all are just a mess. Oh, Devona's like, he's probably going to bring shrimp again. Oh, I tell you what. My Silverback Grill and Sauce guys, they can bring food in anytime they want. They have the shrimp were so good, the sausage. It's the sauce, though. I'm telling you, it's the sauce that makes all the difference.
When you purchase a kitchen full of KitchenAid appliances. See store for details. You can find us at Rodenboz.com. Whether you are remodeling, replacing, or upgrading, you've got the hometown advantage at Rodenboz. Mention JP, Kathy, and the crew and get free standard delivery.
Make your grilling great again. The evolution of sauce is here, and there's a new king of the jungle. Silverback Gorilla Sauce. A unique name, a unique flavor. With a taste that alternates between sweet and spicy, you can use it as a base, as a marinade, or better yet, pour it on top of your meat as you're grilling. As the sauce thickens and begins to caramelize under
10 seconds.
free and no high fructose corn.
By the way, Bob Iger said the whole pirate thing was a hoax.
Get out. Oh, wow.
Mike's hot.
All right, folks, welcome to JP, Kathy, and the crew on 6:20 a.m. KEXB. Howdy, folks. Happy Friday. Glad I made it. I barely made it in studio in time for the radio show this morning. I'm calling Michael Clark. I'm like, I just got in from Austin not too long ago, so I'm busting a move to get there. So thanks for hustling me in and having the studio all set up for me, Michael. I really appreciate that. So good morning, Michael Clark.
We're flying in here with guns ablaze and hair on fire.
I know, exactly. And a cup of coffee that hasn't even had a sip out of it yet. So I'm like, I need to have a sip of coffee, kick back, relax, and just get ready to enjoy the show. We've got, of course, on Friday we always do wacky news, and we kind of consider ourselves AM shock jocks of sorts on Friday. So the folks who listen to us during the week for things like, legislative updates and current events and political climate and, mental health and military and education, all these different things, family well-being, all these different things that we have, that we talk about on a more serious note during the week. Fridays, we kind of let it go. And we kind of let our hair down and get a little silly and talk about some wacky stories. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started with one of those. But again, Michael Clark, thank you for hooking me up and getting me set up right away. Yeah.
All right. That was the plane. He just dropped up.
I love it. Well, okay. Well, the first one that was dropped off says, students survive 48 hours in Walmart. So in Indianapolis, how long did it take Indiana University students Christian Perry and Noah Maxwell to grow tired of the Walmart atmosphere as they embarked on a journey to spend 2 consecutive days in the ubiquitous big box store? About 35 minutes in, because I was already getting sick of it, Perry said with a laugh. I started really listening to the music and realized it's just nonstop. And then the lighting and everything. I was starting to lose my mind a little bit after you get into the state where you just feel out of it. But still, the 2 Southport High School graduates and Indianapolis natives soldiered on. Oh my gosh, really? Okay, and they did this in the name of a YouTube comedy show. Together, Perry, an IU junior studying liberal arts, of course. Sorry, that was my outside voice. And Maxwell, a senior studying media, produce the Christian and Noah Show on YouTube. They upload shows on Mondays and Thursdays, and in their 2 months of posting clips online, the pair has attracted 333 subscribers. Previous videos include clips like 2 dumb millennials catch a giant fish. Oh, actually, I may have to check that out. Wow. Don't ever rob a Canadian. And visit to an abandoned warehouse goes wrong. So far, their visit to Walmart is their biggest hit to date, bringing in more than 6,100 views in 5 days. It's also a spiritual sequel of a video Maxwell uploaded in May 2016 when he spent 24 hours in Walmart by himself. That 13-minute clip has generated more than 370,000 views. These guys, this is a kind of news story that if it takes off, and if other kids start clicking on this, these guys may be rich in a year. You never know. That's good. Except these guys may end up being those crazy, stupid guys that just happen to hit it right. You'll see the other challenges and stuff that people have done within 24 hours, but they don't show proof like a timer or anything. We decided on 48 hours to make it legit, he said. I would say it was a blast, but it really wasn't. From there, they did what they could do to make their time inside of Walmart enjoyable. They played every game in the electronics section and arcade. An arcade in a Walmart? Huh. Anyways, I was going to say, I've been in a Walmart, and even in the big old super box one, I've never seen a...
Your eyes are just adjusting to it because it's right near the entrance on...
Oh, you know what? When you walk in where the baskets are. I thought there was like a machine with the claw.
There's that, and sometimes there's a couple others.
Okay, well, I don't think they got like a Ms. Pac-Man or a Centipede or anything noteworthy, so... Okay.
Just a few little games play.
Okay, you're right. So then they went back and forth between the 2 or 3 games.
Big grocery store in my town.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you know of what you speak. I love it. Well, anyways, at one point they just went in to the restroom and sat down on the toilet for like an hour because it was the only place that was quiet where they could get away from the lights. Wow, and they admitted this. And that's what I'm wondering. I guess maybe because these are big old fluorescent lights. Anyways,
It's daytime, the fluorescent lights dim or go off completely because they've got skylights.
Oh, okay. You know what? I guess wherever they were, maybe it's old school. Maybe they're still kicking it with those, kind of like we have in here, those bright, crazy bright lights. Yeah, it was, let me go back up to the top. It was Indianapolis. I don't know. I mean, you got to get a look at these two dudes. They look hilarious. They look like they kind of remind me of like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Remember those back in the day?
I'm sure their beards didn't grow at all while they were in there either.
Oh no. Oh my goodness. Anyways, at the end, Perry, who's a former star running back at Southport High, said it was about bringing a few laughs to whoever sees it. They plan to move to Los Angeles when school is over to continue writing, performing, and sharing comedy with the world. I actually stopped with football because this was my passion. He said, making people laugh is something we both love to do. It just takes people away from their problems. So these guys... a couple of millennials. It looks like, since you've got somebody who's in media and you've got somebody who is a liberal arts major, I think these guys, they're probably trying to make it big like some of these other YouTube stars. Like, who's one of the ones? What's a PewDiePie? Have you heard of him?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, okay, so this guy's like a bajillionaire. I mean, he's from Sweden, I think it is. Now, my beef with him, he goes online and he gets paid by his sponsors to play video games and have all these kids, like millions upon millions of followers, watch him. Now, and he's got a fiance. She seems darling. They've got these really cute dogs, including like this one little pug that I think just has one eye. That's a cute little dog. But yes, I know too much about this because my daughter tunes into this show from time to time. But she knows not to play it around me very often because this guy cusses, and that's what I don't like. I mean, it's like I'm not a fan of the whole every other word has to be a cuss word, or when he's playing the games, you've got to know that he's played them before he plays them for the YouTube channel. I mean, that's, this is, I was telling my daughter, I said, you and all your friends have been sucked into a marketing scheme. I mean, it's a marketing plan. That's all it is. But anyway, but there are folks like that who go out there and they hit it big. These guys who spent... And there's nothing illegal. They weren't in the store illegally. I mean, you literally, if it's a Walmart that's open 24 hours, you can hang and party like a rock star and go from aisle to aisle, unless, I don't know you know what? I mean, these guys are over 18. So I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things. Can you literally, and this is, boy, if any of our listeners out there on 620 AM KEXB kicking it old school on the dial or on the app, yeah, I was going to say, if you fall asleep, yeah, so if anybody's on Kathy Partridge Ward, or if you're listening to us via one of the radio apps, including KEXB, the KEXB app, let me know, is there any kind of a rule with a Walmart or any store that's open 24 hours? I guess I think, Michael, you may be onto something, as long as you can stay awake. Now, at some point, I would imagine security would start following you. Wouldn't somebody on the cameras be like, okay, these two dudes have been here for 8 hours? Yeah, that's a good point. If you've got security shifts maybe every 8 or 12 hours, I don't know. It seems to me that yeah, I guess so. I mean, that's the thing. If you're and well, here's the thing then. Okay, didn't they get hungry or thirsty in that 48 hours? That's my big question. Okay, there's plenty to eat and drink. Well, usually there's a McDonald's or a Subway in a Walmart. I've never seen a Subway in a Walmart. I haven't been around Walmarts enough then. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, really. But so I guess if you can eat and drink, you've got a restroom. I would imagine if you go and fall asleep on like one of the couches or something of that nature, or like a beanbag in the toy section. But if not, I guess, kick it old school, have a good time, party on. Oh, yeah, that's true, because a lot of the big Walmarts have an automotive section, yeah. Or like they've got the garden section. I wonder if you could go out there and crawl up in one of those shelves and nobody notices you, but... that's a good question. So if anybody out there knows, I would be curious to find that out, but... and then it's one of those things, or is this a really small town? Maybe somebody there knows these guys, knows that they're getting ready to move. Again, marketing. They're getting ready to move to Los Angeles and they know what's up. So maybe they're like, you know what, as long as they're not hurting anybody, as long as they're not, destroying anything, as long as they're not taking away from somebody else's shopping experience, that let's let them hang in here because we're going to be on YouTube.
Compared to us, are there any large towns in Indiana?
Oh, I don't know. No, not really. I've only been there once, but no. I mean, when you live in DFW, it is what it is. It is what it is. Gary, Indiana. Hey, that reminds me of the Music Man, and then that reminds me of Creative Christian Arts, who we just had on a couple of weeks ago. They still have auditions going on, and then as soon as tickets go on sale and they start planning for the program, and I've got more information about the program, we'll be telling you about that, because what a great opportunity that is. Oh, one of my favorite musicals. Funny story, a friend of mine was in The Music Man in a local production this was probably it's been a while. It's been probably 7 or 8 years ago. My son was very little. I think he was maybe a pre-K, maybe kindergarten. And as anybody who knows, who follows the show, I love musicals. Love them. Love music, but just love musicals. And the ones that are my favorites, man, I can sing the songs, I can do the dance numbers. Now, I'm not saying I can do any of this well, but I can usually, and the rest of my family can act it out with me, if need be, kind of a deal. And
when they had and they played
76 trombones. That's right. I forgot all about that. I'm gonna look that up on YouTube. Well, so anyway, so we go to see the show, and I bring the kids with me, and obviously they know the music because the song "Marian the Librarian." Okay, so yes, of course, and I love it that Michael Clark knows all this stuff. So we're in the theater, and they're singing "Marian the Librarian," and there's a part where they go "Marian," and then they pause. CJ goes, "The librarian," at the top of his lungs. He's this little kid sitting in the theater, and literally, we watched the actors on stage like, oh, okay, did a kid just sing "The Librarian" out of sequence and take our glory away from us on the stage? It was hilarious. I will never forget that. So whenever I think of The Music Man, which again is an amazing musical, I always think about CJ singing after they had paused "The Librarian." I thought it was hilarious. Well, we've got Silverback Grill and Sauce guys. I know they are out in the parking lot. They're here. So okay, well then we're going to go to a break, folks, and then when Silverback Grill and Sauce comes in studio, I kind of lose control of the show. These guys just take over, but they've got a great business story to tell. They've got a successful business story and an ongoing and growing business story to tell. And again, we love that we get to have sponsors that we believe in, like Rodenbaugh and like Silverback Grill and Sauce, and like Money in the Bank with Frank and Ensemble Financial, because we get to get behind folks who we believe in and we believe in their product. And guys, I cook with Silverback Grilling Sauce, and there are 3 sauces, about to be 4 sauces on a regular basis. So anyways, and listen to the music you're playing. I love it. So anyways, folks, we're JP, Kathy, and the crew. When you come back, we will have Silverback Grilling Sauce in house with us. And you guys, we're so glad you tuned in with us on this about to be Memorial Day weekend.
From Wall Street to North Texas, this is 620 AM KEXB, your experts in business.
Tune in Saturdays at noon for your...
Thank y'all for tuning in. Okay, let me see if I can get back on Facebook on... Oh, and Chip, if you're listening, I don't know, I haven't been able to see if you're on yet, but, oh, Chip, you are on. Okay, I haven't had a chance to look up the story you sent me yet, and by the title, I'm kind of a little afraid, so I may not be able to get to that story until next Friday. Okay, let's see. Oh, Mark, Billy, good morning, y'all. Oh, Vicky. You're almost at the end of the school year. Oh, and Devona, congratulations to Danielle for her graduation last night. She looked so cute. She looked so cute. Oh, Josephine, hey, how are you? And you looked amazing in your post the other day. I believe you were a keynote speaker or a panelist at that event. Anyways, very impressive, very impressive. Okay. I better get my video edited.
Bring you and your family for over 40 years. With 11 locations across the Metroplex, you are sure to find a personal physician who meets your needs. Our highly trained primary care physicians, internal medicine, and pediatric and OBGYN specialists provide contemporary medical treatments for the entire family through all...
Look out, Kathy.
Prenatal to seniors.
Oh, my God!
Associates at FHCATX.com. That's FHCATX. Call 817-794-0031.
You scared the bejeebers out of me.
Kitchen and save a bunch.
Oh my gosh.
See all the kitchen appliances that qualify for up to $1,600 in rebates when you buy a multi-piece kitchen suite. But that's not all. Rodenbaugh's can replace your floors, countertops, backsplashes, and your old mattresses with finance options up to $50,000 with qualified credit. Check them out at Rodenbaughs.com. Family owned and operated since 1962, Rodenbaughs is Allen's oldest business. Mention JP, Kathy, and the crew and receive free standard delivery.
That is so funny. Oh, here we go. It's your song. I told you these guys are a mess.
Songs that stays, and you can go reeling, Silverback go reeling songs. I said Silverback go reeling songs.
Silverback Gorilla Sauce. Head on over to your local Kroger and pick up some, or find us at silverbackgorilla.com. Get your gorillin' on.
Yeah.
Once again, there's a lot of uncertainty and volatility in the...
We've got folks in the hallway cracking up. Everybody's looking by going, what? Now what do they have going on? Okay, because Rob was like, I said, what's going to go on? He's like, oh, Greg's going to be naked. And I'm like, yeah, I haven't even had any coffee.
Sorry, Kathy.
Oh, no, you're fine.
I just threw you down.
Oh, you're right. Let me switch it back around to you guys. All right, I've got one story, and then I'm going to bring y'all in.
No worries.
And that's perfect.
All right, folks. I'm a little discombobulated right now. I've got the camera on. I'm going to have to make sure I adjust it correctly. But once we get Floating Rob's head up on the chair, then we'll be able to show you everybody who's in studio, including a gorilla. Okay, so I did not expect that. Michael Clark's like, hey, Kathy. Well, first of all, welcome to JP, Kathy, and the crew. We're so glad you've joined us on this Friday before Memorial Day weekend. And anyway, so Michael Clark's like, hey, heads up, Kathy. And literally, I look up and I'm like, you don't expect to see a gorilla on a Friday morning at 6:31 a.m. You know what? I wasn't even prepared myself, Michael Clark. You're right. I was not prepared. These guys are zany, and I knew you were up to something because when I texted you from my drive home from Austin yesterday. And Mark Davis is shaking his head at us. He's like, "Oh, okay." The JP, Kathy, and the crew are all wacky. But when I was driving home, I texted you to make sure. I was like, "Hey, what do you got? What shenanigans do you have guys going on?" And you're like, "I can't tell you."
Can you hear me?
And I'm like, "Which is he on mic 2? Let's go. Okay, let's do a test for Greg.
Test.
Awesome sauce. We can hear you. Oh, literally awesome sauce.
Thank you.
Well, anyways, folks, thanks for tuning in on this Memorial Day weekend to JP, Kathy, and the crew. We appreciate you being here. We just talked about a couple of wacky guys who, and I tell you what, these guys, if they're this gimmicky, they may make it just like our Gorilla and Sauce guys. We just talked about these. Were y'all listening? These two guys, college guys, who survived in a Walmart for 48 hours.
I heard it
all on
when we
video.
got out of the car. So what happened?
Oh, so these guys were in Walmart. They're getting ready to go and start a YouTube show in Los Angeles. So they survive, I use air quotes, this 48-hour stint in a Walmart. So see here, that's the kind of thing I could see like you and Rob doing, Greg.
So is it like, what do? They just stay there all night? Or
yeah, they said basically it's how do you find out? I guess how to not fall asleep, how to stay under the radar of security. They just hung out in a Walmart for 48 hours and have it on YouTube too.
Open 24 hours.
I guess this was some are most I think a lot, especially the big box, the really big super Walmarts or whatever kind of a thing. So anyway, so good times. And before I turn the show over to Greg Kelly and the Gorilla and our buddy Rob from Silverback Gorilla and Sauce, I need to give a shout out. We went down to Austin yesterday, and my son got a chance. Now my kids have both done the honorary Page for a Day program. CJ actually got to go yesterday and be an intern and serve as an intern for Senator Van Taylor. So he spent the day working hard in the Capitol. He got to do some work on the House side and the Senate side. And, as we know from reports from Senator Taylor and from Representative Jeff Leach, who call into our show on a regular basis, on a weekly basis, that they are super busy there. I mean, it is kind of crazy, wheels off at the Capitol. They'll be working through Monday. Everybody is hoping to get through sine die, which is the end of the legislative session, without a special session. But who knows? Like Representative Leach said Tuesday when he called in, that he may be calling in this coming Tuesday, and it may already be the start of special session. So you never know. We hope we get the work of the taxpayers done and everybody can come to good agreements that make good conservative, no nonsense government sense. So we'll see. But anyways, shout out to Senator Van Taylor, to Lonnie, to Gabrielle in his office, everybody who was so wonderful with my son and gave him such a great experience yesterday. Really appreciate you guys. So thank you. And I tell you what, folks, Silverback Gorilla and Sauce, these guys are fun. They're awesome. First of all, they've got a great product. Love their product. Cannot tell you, they've got 3 sauces, about to be 4.
That's correct.
And I am so excited because I cook and use all 3, and I know because I was one of the first tasters of
You actually
4,
were. You actually
and loved it.
There's 2 coming out.
Yeah,
actually.
you're right. Well,
Smoking Hot.
And I got to taste that as well. Are they coming out at the same time?
Probably.
Ooh,
the Smoking
okay.
Hot is the...
Well, first of all, good morning, Greg.
Well, good morning.
Hi.
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing great because you guys got me going. My heart's still. I'm like, wow. Do I need to take some blood pressure medicine?
Well,
because I did not expect a gorilla.
we were going to say it was Rob in there because remember the Silverback is all about Rob.
Oh, yeah. The bodybuilder and the hairy back, yeah.
So anyway, so we're here and we were driving in today, and actually Kyler was like, what are we going to talk about? And I said, you know what? I was going to go back into the story, but it's Memorial Day weekend.
Yes.
And I always start the show off with a little shout out.
Yes.
I first want to give a shout out. This one's pretty dear to my heart. To my dad, Larry James Kelly, who passed away last year, United States Navy.
That's right. He was a Navy man.
Yes, he was. And then to my father-in-law, Julio Martinez, United States Marine Corps. He lives in McAllen, Texas. A salute to you boys.
Oh,
and all the other
that.
veterans out there.
Oh, thank you so much, Greg. We were talking about Memorial Day and the importance of it, and of course you're lockstep. You're a very patriotic individual, and of course you give a shout out to the folks who have served us, and especially your dad. He was a great man.
Yeah.
What an amazing man your dad was.
Super guy.
He did a good job raising you.
Well,
I don't know how the heck he did that.
It took about 53 years.
But he did it.
He did. You just never know when it's going to happen. But what I wanted to talk about, Kathy, was, on Memorial Day, what do you grill? What's your favorite holiday? Is it Memorial Day, July?
4th of July.
4th of July.
I'm one of those. Now, I mean, obviously I love Christmas, but, I had, back when I was a Dale Carnegie instructor, one of my fellow instructors, when it was coming up on 4th of July, he goes, Kathy, for her, the 4th of July is Easter, Christmas, Halloween, New Year's Eve, Thanksgiving, all rolled into one big packet.
Well, that kind of makes sense for you.
My husband and I got married on the 4th of July.
There you go.
Literally, we're in a 4th of July parade that morning, went home, got the kids cleaned up, and went and got married.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
We're nuts.
And you know what? Everybody has their holidays. I guess we're grilling guys and we're sauce guys. So Memorial Day, July 4th, Labor Day, those are big holidays. But I always wonder what day. I always cook on Memorial Day. Right. I might do something the other days. I maybe Bud Light. I don't know, something like that. I don't know. But
not a sponsor.
But Memorial Day is like this Memorial Day. Matter of fact, this Memorial Day I usually do like something on the barbecue, the pit, smoke something.
Right.
I think this Memorial Day I'm going to do a boil. So I'm going to take a big pot out the back.
Oh, yeah.
And what I do is I'll put my potatoes in there, my artichoke, my onion, my corn, my sausage. And what I do is I'll boil that, and then I'll have a little box filled with foil. And once it comes to a boil, I know it's ready. Then I'll throw all that into the box, and then I'll take my shrimp and my crab legs.
And so that just kind of sits aside in the box.
Just cools down a little bit, and then I'll throw that shrimp and those crab legs in there with all the seasoning. And then when that's ready, I have a table, just kind of like a crawfish boil.
Right.
I throw it out there, and then everybody just kind of gets their stuff, and then I'll take that fish and sauce.
Yep.
A big old bowl of that fish and sauce, and everybody just sits there and
just dips.
Double dips all day long.
Oh, that sounds so good. That sounds so good.
Rob, actually, that's one of his favorite things. I think it's the only thing he likes that I do because he's a much better barbecuer than me.
Oh, is this his self
Well, he will tell you that. Yeah. Is Rob on the line? Nobody on the line.
No, we've got Rob's here. He's a floating head.
There he is.
He's the floating head that during the week when we're more serious, his head is next to the one and only beautiful Miss Texas.
Yeah, there you go, buddy.
She's really a cool chick because she does not mind Rob's floating head being next to her glamour headshot.
Kyler? What are you gonna cook this weekend? A millennial? Isn't a millennial like under 30 or?
Yeah, under 35. Yeah, was it like if you were in? I think the cutoff's like around the 1999. Okay, yeah, so 18 to 35. So
he's definitely at what 27.
Yeah, is he gonna go? Do you got? Do millennials just go to Starbucks and get a grande? No.
See, we're pretty fancy. At least where I'm at, me and my friends.
Oh, number 4. Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go.
Here? Can you hear me? Okay.
Can you hear him? All right.
My friends and I are a little bit fancier than most, so we would take what we like to call a hot dodge. And it's just a very fancy delicacy. And we'll take about a 1/4-inch slice in the top long ways, put that in the microwave, and then when you're done, as much grilled sauce as you can fit. As much as the plate can hold.
Oh, good answer. Good answer.
Hey, Rob.
Good morning, Rob.
Good morning, you guys. How are you? Sorry my voice is a little rough this morning. I'm still sleeping.
honey, I just got back in from Austin a few hours ago myself, and my allergies are killing me, so we both got that grovelly, sexy, low voice going.
That's what I was going to say. It's my sexy voice.
We love it. We love it. And hey, these guys came in, and Kyler was in, and he still is in, a gorilla suit, Rob. These guys are a mess.
Well, it's too funny. I was watching you on Facebook Live, and I was actually doing my morning potty. I just had some coffee, so I didn't have a chance to call right away. Sorry, but yeah, it's super cool to see the monkeys. He's always monkeying around. And the other thing, I don't know if you noticed, but he's got a Nevada shirt on this morning.
I saw he's got his Nevada shirt on.
Nevada shirt.
Greg Kelly has a Nevada shirt on. Rob.
Nevada, yeah.
What are you saying? It's Nevada?
Nevada, Plano, Texas, right? Plano, right? That's something nice.
We love you, Rob. Greg and I love busting your chops on that. All right, well, so okay. We know what Greg, what you're going to be.
We know what I'm cooking.
We know what Kyler's going to be cooking. I tell you, Rob, all inquiry minds want to know, what are you grilling this weekend?
Well, it's funny that I was sitting there listening to Greg with that boil, because honestly, I think it's probably one of the best meals I've ever had that Greg's cooked. And Greg, you might want to tell the story about how you cooked a couple meals that sent my wife to the hospital once.
Well, that was in the early days.
Oh, I want to hear it.
Well, I just sometimes I never want the barbecue to end. When everybody's over.
Oh, you're one of those guys. You're a great host whenever you have a party. Yeah. I've been to a few of your Super Bowl parties. You are you're just the ultimate host. You want everybody to keep having a good time and keep it going.
I do. I don't want it to end. So sometimes I do maybe a little jerky cooking. The meat gets a little overdone. But I just keep flipping it, and maybe it's the beers. I don't know what happens.
Well, I tell you what, folks. Well, when we come back, we're going to hear more about the story about how Greg sent Rob's wife to the hospital. What the heck? And then we're going to find out, Rob, what are your plans for the weekend? And then we're going to get back and we're going to let our Gorilla and Sauce guys take over, and the rest of the show is theirs. Folks, we're JP, Kathy, and the crew. We're hoping that you're going to have a blessed and safe Memorial Day. And again, thank a veteran, hug a veteran, and go in some way and make sure that you and your family pay tribute to those who have given the ultimate sacrifice, so we can sit here and be nutcases and be silly on a Friday morning in a radio studio in Irving, Texas. Folks, we're JP, Kathy, and the crew on 620 AM KEXB.
You're listening to 620 AM KEXB.
All right. Oh my gosh, y'all got me. That was good. Yeah, that was good.
I said she's not going to have any clue.
No, y'all got me. That was good.
And that was good. You were talking this morning?
Huh?
Were you listening to you talk this morning too? How Greg said something last night. He said he couldn't tell us.
Yeah, I know. I was like, that makes me nervous.
Well, I wanted you to just stare at the window when you looked up.
I know.
Well, you should have seen that we were standing out front with it on.
Yeah.
And this lady came walking up. First off, we're holding a backpack, and we're in a...
Oh, no.
It doesn't look very good. It doesn't. It looks a little spooky.
Yeah, it's one of those things like 911. Yeah, but they know that if you get... Well, was this outside of the studio?
Yeah. The lady drove up.
Oh, okay, because you have... Oh, how hilarious. Look, he's got his glasses on. Oh, my gosh, that's so funny.
We're smart. We're smart monkeys.
Yeah, y'all are. Y'all are very smart monkeys. Yeah, I guess so, because once you get in... I mean, y'all know there's 3 security checkpoints. I mean,
right.
And they always get mad at me when I say how many security checkpoints we have. But there's multiple security checkpoints when we get
5.
into the studio. Yeah, there's 19.
19.
And that's after you go past the sniper.
Yeah.
But anyways. So if y'all were outside of the studio, they're like, wait a second.
What the heck
what is happening?
Yeah, she walked up and we were like, it looks bad, but we're safe.
Yeah.
We're safe.
We're sponsors. We're guests on the show. We're regular guests. It's all good.
Not a real gorilla.
I only play one on the radio. So do y'all use that out at your gigs?
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I had Brandon sit, my son's, he He doesn't like doing it. I mean, it's.
Yeah, you know what? It builds character.
So I have him sit in a lawn chair, and he just sits there and waves at the little kids.
Oh,
it's pretty cool. They like
that. Oh, kids dig that kind of stuff.
At the state fair.
Oh no, she did not. How funny is that?
Well, that's gonna be one of our stories.
Oh, I love that.
But we won't get it. We'll get that's another show.
Oh, I love that. I just love that.
It is a great story, isn't it? We get in a battle with another barbecue company.
I love it. I love it. Oh, y'all are hilarious. Oh my gosh. Okay, I've got y'all in. Yeah, and I found the little gorilla emoji, so I can use that.
I like that little emoji.
I love it. Okay,
old people using emojis.
I know. Oh, yeah, I know.
He laughs.
Oh, yeah. Emily's like, the kids are like, oh, my mom. I mean, like, I'll put like 9 on the text. Well, and you and I use them back and forth. I think I love them.
I do too.
I love them. They put me in a good mood.
When he's laughing at us.
I know. You're like, really? Emojis? I know.
I think they're cool.
And like, when I find a new emoji, like I was
gorilla,
like, oh, look at that.
You were like, where did you get that?
Oh, I was so excited once I got on Facebook and I saw that there's little like radio icons that I can always put on my Facebook live feed. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome.
Really? You got that?
Yeah, I've got a big mic, like a radio mic, and a headset.
Is that on my phone too?
Yeah, it should be.
Okay, I'll find it.
Is that on my phone too? Like, he's crying. We're making his brain bleed right now. Well, no, Greg, it would just be on. Apple would have just put it on Kathy's phone and not your phone.
Sure.
It depends on which version of the iPhone you have.
Only the organic apples.
Okay, 10 seconds.
Hookah shaka, hookah, hookah, hookah shaka, hookah, hookah, hookah shaka, hookah, hookah. I can't stop this feeling.
I love it.
Deep inside.
Whenever you're ready.
Okay, I could listen to this entire song. Folks, welcome to JP, Kathy, and the crew. We're on 620 AM KEXB. You can also find us, and you may want to tune in on, I have it as a public post, on Kathy Partridge Ward on Facebook. We've got Silverback Grill and Sauce, great sponsor, great product, great business team, and they brought their gorilla in this morning. So it's kind of wacky. So like I said, if you want to see behind the scenes and kind of what it looks like on the inside of a radio studio when the show's going down, this would be a good one to tune into. So anyways, welcome Greg, and welcome Kyler the Gorilla, and welcome Floating Head Rob. Oh, don't cover up Floating Head Rob.
He's got his
Good morning, Rob. How are you out in Nevada?
I'm doing just wonderful. Standing outside and getting ready to see this beautiful sunrise this morning.
Oh, I love it. Send us a shot. Put a shot on our Facebook live feed. Well, okay, we just got finished talking about how one of the early grilling days, and you guys have been friends forever and a day, you and Greg have, and I love the story of how y'all met. But you guys, y'all have also, hung out with each other's family and wives, and Greg you said Greg sent your wife to the hospital?
Yeah, this was back when our previous Silverback days. I mean, obviously we've been making this sauce for a long period of time. But Greg, we were in the backyard doing our thing. We were boozing it up and having some fun. And I think he was making a tenderloin, if I remember right, a pork tenderloin. Anyway, long story.
Pork.
We made it. It wasn't quite cooked all the way. And at the time, my wife was, I believe, about 3 or 4 months pregnant, and we were down in Texas from Rito. And anyway, long story, we ended up eating it. It wasn't cooked all the way. We ended up getting back on the plane. And I think she got salmonella, and she was on a 30-day bed rest when we ended up coming back to Nevada. So it was one of those wonderful stories that Greg and I have been battling with over the years. It's been so much fun. So.
Okay, so here's what I think. This is probably one of those stories that as the years go on,
the days
get longer. It gets worse.
Days.
And she was hospitalized.
It was almost a year, I think. It was close.
Yeah, it was longer than her pregnancy. Oh, how does that work, huh?
Yeah.
Well, she almost died and everything. It's crazy.
But yet somehow you guys still started this successful company together.
Yeah.
Y'all are still grilling all these years
And she
later.
hasn't killed me.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so Rob, what are you going to grill this weekend?
Well, it's funny. Yeah, just like Greg said, Memorial Day weekend is probably one of my favorite. I absolutely love barbecuing. Well, picture this. In my backyard, I've got a TV, just like Greg in my backyard. We have a TV. I've got 3 barbecues all lined up, and I've got a nice little fridge right in front with my beer sitting in there. So it's kind of fun.
Is it an
so,
IPA
anyway, long
beer?
story. I'm going to do a brisket. I'm going to go ahead and put together a brisket. We're going to do a dry rub, and I'm going to soak it in apple cider vinegar for about probably 10 to 12 hours previous to break up all the fibers in there. And then what we're doing now is we're injecting our silverback grilling sauce inside of the brisket.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you've got the rub. Okay, you've got the rub. You've got the apple cider vinegar, which that's making my mouth water. And then you're injecting the silverback gorilla, the original sauce in there.
I'm injecting the silverback inside of the brisket, so you've got the taste on the inside also. And then you will smoke it for about 8 to 10 hours I use applewood. I love using applewood. So anyway, we'll do that, and it just comes out beautiful with a nice little, nice smoke ring on the outside.
Can you hear me?
Got an incredible taste to it.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
Hey, Rob, that is apple cider vinegar?
Is that what it is, Greg? Apple cider, or is it red wine vinegar? I can't remember.
I can't.
Well, it's a family show. Kids tune in.
Okay, well, that's actually is a true story. A buddy of mine wanted to know how we did our brisket, and I couldn't remember if it was red wine or apple cider, and I told him red wine, and he ruined the whole brisket.
Wine, and then he had about 15 people over, and he went and spent $100 on a beautiful brisket.
No.
Oh yeah, I got a
no.
nasty text. Oh yeah, I was like, I felt so
15
bad.
people are going, what?
And, it was a bad deal.
Yeah, because I mean, there are certain places where red wine in cooking is excellent. Sauteing mushrooms,
not to smoke
some kind of a steak, not for a brisket.
I couldn't remember. I can't remember what I don't know what I did. Dang it. Hey, so what? Yeah. Hey, so what rub are you using? Come on.
Well, it's funny that you say that. We're getting ready to use our. We're going to be creating a rub here pretty soon. We're collaborating with some friends of ours, and we're going to be making a silverback rub here probably within the next, hopefully 3 or 4 months coming out. So, can't tell you the ingredients, but it's off the charts, man. You guys are going to dig it. It's cool.
That's so great. It's funny because when he mentioned rub, I thought, oh, I wonder if y'all have ever thought about that. And it's in production. I love it. You guys, y'all are so cute that I'm like, oh, they're cute. Are they smart? You know what? Y'all are cute and smart. Y'all are adorable and smart.
So they look good. That's all you big dummy.
So is this like our South Texas people rub type of deal?
It's kind of we got a little good deal going on. We've got Texas, we got a little bit of Louisiana going on down there, and there's some further down south where you guys are in
McAllen.
What the heck was that place we were?
Mercedes, Texas.
Well, and speaking of that, are you guys going to be anywhere this weekend besides your own homes with your family? And my mom tried to find. Now she's not on the www.internet, but she tried to find y'all. And of course, she didn't have internet, so she didn't know what time y'all were going to be at one of the Krogers. But where are y'all going to be this weekend?
Go ahead, Kyler.
Yeah, so Friday you'll be able to find us at 561 Custer in El Dorado in Frisco from 3 to 7. Saturday, we'll be demoing at 560 Preston and Rollator in Frisco from 1 to 4. And then 824 Lloyd Lake and Taylor Street in Sherman from 1 to 4. On Sunday, it's Greenville and Exchange and Allen from 1 to 4, and Park and Preston and Plano from 1 to 4.
And then...
Very good.
Then you
And
get
then?
me...
Well, oh no!
Today in Prosper.
Oh, excellent!
The big guy,
excellent.
the big guy's
Prosper.
I'm going to be at Prosper off of. It's Preston. You go past Maine and Frisco.
Okay,
I'm not
right.
sure the cross past 380. It's,
Right.
It's the only
Okay.
Kroger they have. The big
new. Oh, the real nice flagship one.
Yes.
Oh,
They're actually
yeah,
opening
yeah.
another one, but this is their big one.
Okay, excellent.
But they have their. It's actually where Deion Sanders, right next to old Deion Sanders' old house.
Oh, I
don't know if
love
he
it.
still lives there, but
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
But anyway, I'm going to be there today.
That's another topic for another day.
and then I'm going to be in 121 in Coit on Sunday. From
excellent.
Noon to 2.
I love it. Oh, as a matter of fact, a couple of our listeners are chiming in. Gail saw Silverback Sauce at the Independence and Legacy store in Plano.
Sweet.
Devona said Park and Preston on Sunday.
Park and Preston on Sunday.
And what time?
What time
Again?
is that? Is that Devona that we always see on here?
Oh, yeah.
Happy birthday.
1 to
Oh
4.
yeah, and Devona, a belated happy birthday from Greg and the Silverback Grill and Sauce family.
Park and Preston, 1 to 4.
Okay, I tell you what.
And go to your managers.
Yeah,
Kathy.
again, here's the thing, guys, because I've had several folks who they'll text me and they'll be like, literally, I'm at a Kroger right now, Kathy, and those guys you have on your show, that sauce you always talk about, it's not here. And I'm like, go immediately to the manager. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Go right to the manager and tell them you want it in the store, because that's the way it's going to continue. I mean, y'all are in how many Krogers right now?
20 plus right now here, and then we're in the Save Marts and the Rayleighs and Nevada. We're in like almost 70 stores now.
Okay. I mean, that's a lot. I mean, you guys are about to hit triple digits.
Oh, yeah.
And with fans, especially fans from this show who I know are very supportive and help the causes of our JP, Kathy, and the Crew show, guys, go and get this sauce. This is the best thing you can do for your friends, especially your friends who barbecue. Yeah, it's local. I mean, and these are, and again, we're KEXB, the experts in business. Well, that's questionable. But again, these guys are a successful startup company. Not only do they have a great program, but they've got a great story to tell. Thank y'all so much for being in studio. We love you guys. Get your grilling on, folks. And everybody, again, remember the reason for Memorial Day. Absolutely. Please pause. Do something with your family. Say a prayer. Hold hands. Light red, white, and blue candles. Hold a flag. Do something to celebrate and commemorate those who paid the ultimate sacrifice for our country. And God bless them and their families. Thanks so much for tuning in. We're KEXB, JP, Kathy, and the Crew, 620 a.m.
KEXB.
Are you in the know? Hi, I'm Brian Glenn. Join me on your...
Okay. You guys got me. That was good. That was so good. Okay, and so you can inject it?
Like
do
infuse
the
it.
little yeah.
You just infuse it into the meat.
So just like in several different sections?
Yeah. Just infuse it in meat. As a matter of fact, when I do like...
God, so is it so soft that it just falls apart once it's cooked?
Yes. And you know what?
Tell everybody here.
Like
tell
meatloaf.
everybody.
Like meatloaf, okay? We infuse it into the meatloaf and just do it like that. And then at the end, I think we told it one show and put it on. It is so good. I mean, it's so
amazing.
the original is so diverse. The original sauce. That's why we call it an all-purpose sauce.
Oh, it is because it is.
It is. You can use it on a little bit of everything. I mean, it's just.
I've sautéed mushrooms with it. I mean, anything.
You can even do the fish and sauce.
See, I've got the next time I do steak, which I'm probably going to do it like the first part of June, probably for my husband's birthday, and I'm going to try fish and sauce with my steak.
Rib or prime rib.
I think. Well, maybe I may do prime rib.
Yeah, Joey was talking. I can't remember what he mixed
that's
it
right.
with.
What did he? I'm gonna have to go back and watch that because I may try that.
What did he say? I can't.
But I'm gonna bust a move on that fish and sauce because you're right.
I bet
it's amazing. I bet it's a totally
different
taste.
Totally different. Totally different. Well, cool.
Okay, we've got to get pictures with the gorilla.
Okay.
So let me tell.
We'll get Michael to take
tell
a
everybody
picture.
Happy Memorial Day.
Happy Memorial Day, guys. Look.
Nevada.
We're getting it down, Kathy.
We are.
We're getting it down.
Gorilla.
Monkey.
Michael,
Hey, wasn't that Shock the Monkey? Shock the Monkey.
Oh, yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, it's a great one. Hey, folks, have a blessed Memorial Day weekend. Thank you to those who paid the ultimate price and just love on a soldier, love on a veteran, and thank you so much for your service. Thank you all guys so much for tuning in. Have a blessed weekend, and we'll be back with you on Tuesday. Happy Memorial Day, guys. Bye.